So I'm just coming back from a hate roundtable discussion with community leaders, and I'm so glad to have these spaces because when you think about the opposite of hate, what is the opposite of hate? I think it's compassion. And so thinking of ways that we can be wise and compassionate, I think that's so important, and so many of these community leaders have a lot of great ideas on how to address the increase in hate in so many communities in so many places. The community leaders consisted of religious leaders, of different ethnic groups. Also, Mayor Farrakhan, the city mayor of Irvine, was helping to coordinate this event, along with Attorney General Bonta and Nate Benjamin, working together to have these kinds of dialogues and spaces. I think the Attorney General has actually gone to like 13 different counties to actually have some of these conversations. And I think these conversations are very important because Attorney General Bonta, he shared this: you can't fix something until you're ready to face it. And so I think being able to talk about these kinds of things becomes so important. So I heard stories of individuals who had experienced hate, increased in hate toward Muslims. I heard individuals share a little bit of their personal stories, their backgrounds of how they grew up. It kind of reminded me of our ethnography in our Korean American Studies class, where folks in the very beginning begin by knowing and telling their story. And so just even individuals knowing and telling their story is such a powerful piece, I think, in growing compassion in these spaces. So in my mind, I have my hand raised. I didn't have a chance to speak out, but I did speak to one of the folks organizing afterwards about an approach in Anaheim Union High School District that I think has a lot of promise. And so once again, when we think about hate, what is the opposite of hate? Because I think the opposite of hate can lead us to a good response to hate. And so it makes me think about, for example, all the civic learning awards and California democracy. In fact, today I'm just returning from a civic learning award of excellence that one of the schools in Anaheim Union High School District received. And this is just a reminder of how important this work is, because the work of students being able to identify issues that matter to them and then to do something about it in a thoughtful and compassionate way, this is critical work for young people, as hate has also increased in schools, but it's also critical beyond schools because it's happening in our community, it's happening in our country, it's happening around the world. And so saddened by this, but also moved by this, and moved toward compassion, moved toward action. What are ways that we can respond to hate with love? And so I think having aspirational goals like the Civic Learning Awards, the Seal of Civic Engagement, that is one space, one approach to responding to the increase in hate happening in our communities. I think as students learn how to build community with one another, as they learn how to elevate their voice in a thoughtful manner with empathy and compassion, and as I think about the next step toward compassionate action, wouldn't that make a difference in our schools, and wouldn't that make a difference in our communities? And once again, this is another way for our students to show the way. So I hope that our students have the opportunity to show the way, and that spaces are created for students to do that, and that teachers are trained to feel comfortable in leading our students to do this important work as well.